It's myself Amar. In the last tutorial, I discussed about integral literals. Now, let me discuss about floating literals. Floating literals means what? If you want to store any fractional number, then we can go for the floating data types. Suppose I am writing float m equals to 1.2. This is a fractional number. That's why which data type I have used? I have used the float data type. Now, if you are writing like this, your compiler will generate error. What is the reason? The reason is you need to remember in Java programming language, any decimal number is always treated as integer number and any fractional number is always treated as a double number. Okay. Now, this is a fractional number. This means Java will treat this number as a double number. Now, if it is a double number, this means the memory size which is required should be 8 byte. Okay. Now, where I am trying to store? In float data type. What is the memory size required for float? 4 byte. Now, is it possible to store 8 byte of data to 4 byte of data? No. That's why this statement will generate compilation error. This is invalid. Okay. How to solve this? To solve this problem, I need to specify that please treat this number not as a double number. Treat this number as a float number. And to do that, here we need to use f suffix. Okay, this f can be in small letter or you can use capital letter also. There is no problem. Okay, so two important points here you need to write note down that in case of Java programming language, any decimal number is always treated as an integer number and any fractional number is always treated as a double number. That's why if you are declaring the float variable like this, it will generate compilation error. Okay. Now, there is another way to represent the floating literals. If I am writing float m equals to, if you are writing 1.2 E3, this is also valid. Here E is what? E is nothing but your 10. Now, if you are writing like this, so this number will be treated as what? 1.2 into 10 to the power 3. Okay. Now, if you calculate this, ultimately this will be a fractional number. Now, since this is a fractional number, this means it will be treated as a double. Now, where I am storing? I am storing in float. That's why here I need to write f. Okay, this is valid. So, this is another way to represent the floating literals. Either you can write like this or you can use E. E stands for exponential. This E will be replaced with 10 to the power, the number which I am writing here. Okay, this is about your floating literal. The next literal which I will discuss is the Boolean literal. Okay. Boolean literal is very easy. In Boolean literal, we can use either true or false. Suppose I am writing Boolean B equals to true, valid, or we can write false. This is valid. Except this true and false, if I am trying to write anything else, it will generate compilation error. Okay, that's it about your Boolean literal. Now, the next literal which I will discuss is character literal. Now, character literal. When to use the character literal? If you want to store a single character, then we should use what? Char data type. I am writing char x equals to a. Whenever you are storing any character to a char variable, that particular value must be enclosed inside single quotes. If you are not enclosing it inside single quotes, it will generate compilation error. Okay, this can be one of the way to represent the character literal. Or we can write char x equals to 97, means I can write any decimal number also. Because if you remember, somewhere in my tutorial I have discussed already that in case of char, the number of characters which it can represent is 65,536. This means inside a char variable I can use the number or I can store the number from 0 to 65,535. So this is perfectly valid. Similarly, if I am writing char x equals to 65,535, it is also valid. But if I am writing char x equals to 65,536, it will be invalid because in char data type, the maximum range of decimal values which we can store is this. Beyond this, we cannot store anywhere. Now, if you are writing like char x equals to 65,535, now I am trying to print, suppose char x, now I am writing system.out.println x, then what will be the output? Now this particular number is associated with a Unicode character, as I discussed in the previous tutorials. This particular number will be associated with a Unicode character. Now whenever I am trying to write system.out.println x, that particular Unicode character will be printed. If to print that particular character, the corresponding font must be installed in your machine. If the corresponding font is not installed, then you may get a output like question mark. Okay, please remember this point. Whenever you are trying to print any decimal value as a character, then that character will be printed in your machine. If to print that particular character, the corresponding font is installed. If the font is installed, then it's okay. If the font is not installed, then you may get the output like question mark. Okay. This is another way to represent the character literal. There is one more way. Char x equals to, inside single quotes, slash of u is unsigned, and after that I can write suppose 2561. Okay, this number which I am writing, it should be 4-digit hexadecimal number. Okay, slash u, after that this number which I am writing, it must be 4-digit and it must be of which type? Hexadecimal type. So if you remember the hexadecimal literal, the allowed number range was from 0 to 9 and from A to F. Now all the numbers which I have written is in the range. That's why this statement is 100% valid. But if I am writing char x equals to u, suppose I am writing 25zx, is it valid? No. Why? Because this z and x is not in the range of the hexadecimal literal. That's why this will be invalid. Okay. So this is another way to represent the character literal. Okay. Now, if you want, you can represent some escape characters also. Now, what is escape character? This I will discuss in my upcoming videos. For the time, you should know that inside char data type, we can store escape characters. What are the escape characters? We can use /n. N stands for new line. Similarly, we can use /t, /b, /r, /f, double slash, single quotes, double quotes. Okay, these are the valid escape characters. Okay, one more escape character is there, I have written already. So these are the valid escape characters. Except this, if you are using any escape character else, it will generate compilation error. Okay, so these are the ways with which we can represent the character literals. Okay, so I have discussed about integral literal, I have discussed about floating literal, Boolean literal, and character literal. That's it up to this. Now in the next tutorial, I will demonstrate some examples regarding the literals. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.